Today, on Guess What I Found Out, we're going to discover some facts about the relationship between intelligence and religiosity. And before anyone clutches their pearls or their peer-reviewed journals, relax. This is science, not a Twitter argument. Curious George, quick question. What if I told you that dozens of studies across cultures, continents and decades keep tripping over the same awkward finding? And no, it is not that pineapple belongs on pizza. Multiple large-scale studies suggest that, on average, people who score higher on certain intelligence measures tend to report lower levels of religious belief. Not zero belief, not evil scientist lair energy, just, statistically speaking, less religious. Cue dramatic gasp. Before you sprint to the comments like it's a spiritual CrossFit competition, breathe, because the word average is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. This is not about individuals. It is about patterns, probabilities, and the strange things humans do when confronted with uncertainty, mortality, and taxes. Like and follow now if you enjoy uncomfortable data presented with jokes and zero yelling. Let's start with the awkward uncle of the group. The 2013 meta-analysis published in Intelligence, which reviewed 63 independent studies across nearly a century. The conclusion, after crunching more numbers than a Vegas casino, was a small but consistent negative correlation between intelligence and religiosity. Translation: higher cognitive ability was modestly associated with lower religious belief. Modestly is the key word here. Curious George. This is not a personality destiny. This is a statistical nudge. Think gentle breeze, not hurricane. The researchers proposed a few explanations, including that higher intelligence may reduce reliance on intuitive or authority-based explanations. In other words, some brains say, "Interesting claim, can I see the receipts?" Smash that like button if you have ever asked for receipts and immediately regretted it. Now, let's fast forward to the 2022 PLS-1 study, which analysed tens of thousands of participants across multiple countries. This one leaned into evolutionary psychology and cognitive style. The idea here is not that intelligent people are anti-faith villains, but that intelligence may enable more analytical thinking, which competes with intuitive belief systems. Religion often thrives on intuition, tradition, and social cohesion, all very human things. Analytical thinking, on the other hand, is the friend who pauses the movie to ask questions, and nobody invited that guy. The study found that higher intelligence predicted lower religiosity, even when controlling for education, income, and country. So, no, this is not just a college ruined my faith trope. Next up, a 2022 study in personality and individual differences, because science journals love long titles. This one looked at cognitive ability, belief certainty, and dogmatism. Here is where things get interesting. Higher intelligence was linked not just to lower religiosity, but to less rigid belief, religious or otherwise. So this is not about believing or not believing. It is about how tightly someone clings to any belief. In other words, smarter brains tend to say, "I might be wrong" more often, which is great for science, terrible for family dinners. If you're the one who questions bold, unsupported assertions at family gatherings, you're probably less likely to believe claims without evidence. Helpful, but sometimes awkward. Like and follow if you have ever ruined Thanksgiving with the phrase, "Actually, the data suggests otherwise." Finally, let's talk about the 2014 study published in Behavioral and Brain Sciences. This one zoomed way out and looked at societal factors. As societies become more stable, educated, and economically secure, religiosity tends to decline. Why? Because religion often provides comfort, order, and meaning in uncertain environments. When life gets safer, brains outsource less of that comfort to belief systems. This suggests, religion is functionally leveraged when fear and uncertainty trend higher in society. Religion, according to this model, is like emotional insurance, and when conditions improve, people file fewer claims. Here's your sarcastic reminder to like and follow, because algorithms also respond to perceived safety. So, what do these studies actually say, Curious George? They do not say intelligent people are better humans. They do not say religious people are unintelligent. They do not say belief is irrational or obsolete. They say that intelligence, analytical thinking, and social stability are associated with lower reliance on religious belief, on average. Individuals vary wildly. Some brilliant minds are deeply religious. Some atheists could not logic their way out of a paper bag. Human brains are messy, adaptive, and context-dependent, which is why they are fascinating. Question time. Do you think religion is more about belief, community, comfort, or tradition? Pick your side and argue like a philosopher with Wi-Fi. If you made it this far, Curious George, congratulations, you survived nuance. If you know any other fun facts about intelligence, belief, or human psychology, drop them in the comments and challenge each other respectfully, or at least creatively. Subscribe if you want more videos that make you smarter without yelling at you. Because what we are uncovering next will crack the matrix. Ta-ta.